Hi, this is Proxam. Welcome to this Living and Working Abroad live webinar. This week we're looking at transition for expats. We've looked at Brexit, we've looked at Corona, and now we're looking at residency, the importance of residency for expats living and working abroad. The rules are very simple, but then they're complicated. So for expats, they've got a limited number of days you can spend in the UK. The only way we can be absolutely certain that we're going to be non-resident in the UK in any 1 year is to spend less than 16 days in the UK. Then factors like having a home in the UK, having family in the UK, working in the UK, all become factors to limit the number of days that you've had in country. When we get Corona and we're locked in, that creates an exceptional circumstance, as would a birth or a death potentially as well, or hospitalisation. So there's a limited number of exceptional circumstances, Corona of one of those, and that's what we need to look at as well. In theory, in any 1 year, an expat could spend 182 days in the UK and not become tax resident. But they can only in effect do that for 1 year, because the next year that 182 days would create additional ties which would automatically restrict the number of days in the following year. So if we use a general rule of thumb of 91 days is the norm, that comes from the international travel visa arrangement, where 90 days is the period you can go on holiday without having to start a residency period. So if you've got a holiday home in the EU, in Portugal or Spain or in France or Cyprus, and you never spend more than 3 months a year in that holiday home, with Brexit coming up, it's not going to impact your need for a residency permit in that overseas jurisdiction. You can always go and stay in your holiday home for 3 years, for 3 months at a time, and leave again without any additional visa arrangement with that European country, be it Bulgaria, be it France, be it Netherlands, be it Portugal, be it Spain. So in that respect, Brexit is not going to impact the residency requirements of UK expats or UK residents that want to go and live for periods of time in the EU. But coming back to the UK, those extended periods of time can quickly add up. So a UK expat coming back to the UK, once you go for more than 190-day cycle in a year, you're open to potential tax residency for that year on at least some of your income, some of your earned income, some of your property rental income, or maybe even some of your overseas income. And this is the issue that comes down to your ties. This year with Corona, we've seen that everybody's appealed for the exceptional circumstances, or will do in their April 2021 tax return, for any period that they were locked down in the UK and not able to travel abroad. So what we want to do is be careful that we can stay within the guidelines, within the rules this year to remain non-resident, but also think about next year. Because if you stay a whole 182 days in the UK this year, that in itself is going to cause you a problem, because it's going to limit, so it could cause you a problem because it's going to limit the amount of days you can spend in the UK next year. If you're spending your time in the UK in your home and not living temporarily with family or friends, or an Airbnb or a hotel, then that creates a tie. So even 182 days could deem you to be a resident in the UK. So these are the things that we need to look at and make sure prepare with our day's travel. And the transition period is coming up now, with the UK lifting in mid-July the restrictions on overseas travel and quarantine back in. The reasonable excuse for a COVID lockdown for expats is being removed. So if you're in the UK on the 5th of April to more or less the first week in June, that was 60 days of exceptional circumstance. So how many days do you want to spend in the UK this year? How do you want to account for that exceptional circumstance? These are the issues and the factors that we look at. We look at with our clients on free reviews for our family and business living and working abroad that want to protect their income and their assets overseas. It's an important issue, and we're updating it regularly on our Product Partnership Living and Working Abroad channel on YouTube. But you can also get regular updates and insight on our Facebook page, Living and Working Abroad, or at our website at productpartnership.com, where you see regular blogs and vlogs, and follow our podcast for important messages and communications with different people. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next time, and we look forward to hearing from you. If you send us your question, then maybe next time we'll feature your question on the Living and Working Abroad show. Thanks very much.